Hey guys, it's Jessica Fury. Tune in every Monday for new episodes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. So here we are at the beginning of February, and I was thinking that most people probably don't keep their resolutions. I don't even think that people make resolutions anymore. But I did want to put together something that would be more of like upping your current wellness routine. So I've done close to 45 episodes so far on the podcast. And as you guys know, I'm always asking people like what their morning routine is like, some of them will share a little bit more in depth of their like mental health routine. They do affirmations. Some people do prayer. So there's so many different things that after doing 45 episodes that people do. But I will say that nobody is perfect except myself. So we do have an episode on my morning routine, which I will always share to anyone at any time. But before we get into this episode, I want to remind you to like and subscribe to the podcast because it continues to bring amazing guests into this space, which I really appreciate. So thank you so much. So here is my little 2 cents of things that you can up in your current wellness routine. So the first and foremost, and I talk about this a lot, but we're going to do it specifically to like a morning routine. And that is no cell phone for the first hour of the day. Okay. I know that you're probably like, I do not have an hour. I don't have time, Jessica. What are you talking about? I have kids. I have this. I have that. You can start at least for a half hour. And this is the reason why, is that it's almost like a little woo-woo, but it's almost like you hold the key to your own power. And like, I feel as if the moment that you pick up your phone, you almost can like go into this place of like giving someone your power of like feeding that emotion of sadness, or maybe you're overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. Maybe you're waking up where you're a little grumpy, or you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but you still grab your phone and it's like you're almost feeding that emotion. Or maybe you just posted a photo the night before and you need that like dopamine kick first thing in the morning from like others. So having like a break from your phone is so healthy. And I talk about this a lot of times, like throughout your day, taking moments away from your phone. But this is specifically in the morning, like really centering yourself for your morning routine or your wellness routine. Like this is like key. So even if you already work out, of course, you're going to put on your headphones and listen to music where all your apps are. But all I'm saying is that for the first 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes that you're getting ready to go to the gym, you're brushing your teeth, start to do something where you're like not at your phone. Like I keep my phone on sleep mode from 9 p.m. So from 9:30 p.m. to 9:30 a.m. So even if I'm up before and I'm working out before 9:30 a.m., all my notifications are off. And then come 9:30, the phone goes off of sleep mode and I see more of the notifications. This is actually just a personal thing where I want to just like, I don't know, like connect with myself for the day. Sometimes I'll connect through intentions. Sometimes I'll connect through like an energy. What is it that I want to focus on today? A lot of times it may just be like centering myself for what I have to do. Am I recording a podcast? Am I doing an open house? Am I going to look at certain properties? Do I have to be on one side of town to the other side of town, and I only have so much time in the morning to myself before I leave? And if you're a woman, you're like, I need to get ready for 45 minutes to an hour, however much time. And I just truly believe that like this is like money to your wellness routine, like having that time away from your phone. And now I'm trying to do this at nighttime where I'm not like on my phone then going to bed. Next thing on your wellness routine, meditation. Meditation. I love this. I love it. So I had a few guests over the past couple weeks, and they've mentioned if they had time, they would meditate. And I would definitely say like I will do 5-minute meditations sometimes during my day just to ground myself and be away from the phone. So you do have 5 minutes. That's 300 seconds. It's literally so fast. So fast. We sit in traffic longer than 5 minutes. So I definitely would say that those 5 minutes of just like centering yourself, grounding yourself. Maybe a meditation for you is just like closing your eyes or laying on your back and just like feeling the energy of gratitude. Like, what are you grateful for? What are you going to connect to in this moment? Like, what is the emotion that you want to feel? Like, do you want to feel more confidence? Do you want to feel more centered? Do you want to let go of aggression? Do you want to let go of fear? Like, connect with yourself. Like, that's one of the things that I've learned from the many years of being in wellness and being in fitness and connecting to my own spirituality is like, you are the dictator and the dominator, not in a bad way, of how you feel. Like it, so you can let go of negative emotions at any time in your day, and you can wake up the next day and let go of those same negative emotions. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have them. Like, it's just a normal human trait, like to have different types of emotions. But if you're trying to like ground yourself from like sometimes just through like chaos or just like frustration or fear, like pause, take a moment, 5 minutes, and you can just say like, I'll let go of this emotion of fear. Like, I am totally into like the universe and woo woo. Like, I truly believe that you can put something out in the universe and it will be returned back to you. So even if you want to like let go of fear, you can do things that you're like letting go of fear. You can ask and it will turn into existence, which a lot of people are very into manifestation. It's like a buzzword now. Everybody's talking about manifesting. Think of it more of like you can speak things into existence. So I would definitely say that's like such a cool thing to up in your wellness routine. The third one is ice cold water. Put some ice cubes in that fucking water. Put some ice cubes in your water. This is the reason why is because it's super hydrating for your skin. Like, it's really hydrating. Like, it just sort of wakes everything up. Sometimes I always have ice water in my water because my line of work, I'm always like in front of a camera. I'm always doing something where it's like working on a property or I'm meeting with a client. I always want to like look put together, and I'll wear makeup. But there's something that I've learned from like going to estheticianists or working with like dermatologists is like, no matter how old you are, your skin doesn't lie. So it's like you can always take care of your skin. And what I've learned is like ice water, ice rolling, cold showers, cold water, ice cold water on the face is like super hydrating. It gives you like that wake up look. So the next thing on my list, and I know that a lot of people, I feel as if they do this, but they're not consistent with it. And that would be working out. Like, working out, we all are busy in one way or another, even if we have kids or we're running teams or we're running multiple businesses or we're working with multiple listings, multiple transactions. I would say that 30 minutes, like, take the time for some movement. Take that time to yourself. Now, piggybacking off of that, that would be taking time to yourself each day. Taking time to yourself each day. I'm all about this. That means no phone, just being with yourself, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. This is like such a cool thing for your wellness routine. Again, you're only taking one of these. You can take all of them, but if you're taking one of them, it's more of like connecting with yourself. No matter where you are in your business, if you're a top producing agent, if you're an agent who's new in the business, like that time that you take to yourself, you're going to connect to yourself. And maybe during that time, you're going to start to find new ideas, new creativity, new things that you can apply to your business that maybe you're not currently applying to your business. Next thing on this list would be using your calendar. Last week, I asked someone if they use their calendar to schedule appointments, and they were like, no, I just will reach out to someone in my company on that day and say, what do I have for the day, which is fine. But I would say that most entrepreneurs, they're very diligent and they're very dedicated and they have structure. From doing 45 episodes so far, a lot of these top agents, a lot of these entrepreneurs, a lot of the people who have come into the podcast space, they are always talking about the structure and balance that they have in their day that really helps their business to be successful, to have that structure. So for me, I love using my calendar because I use it in different colors. So I know what I'm doing at a particular time. And sometimes I know if I do have like 5 or so minutes, if I have to do something before meeting with that client, or if I'm going to do a social media thing, sometimes I do my posting in the evening because during the day I'm working. So even like social media stuff, I will put in my calendar because then I'm not spending my day scrolling. And a lot of times what happens, you're scrolling during the day, during work hours, when you should be really focusing on what's in front of you. Like I get it. We all go on Instagram or TikTok just to take like a mental break. But what happens is you start scrolling because your mind just stays on the app. It's like that mind fuck on the app that it just like has. I forget the name of that movie, but it's some movie that they were talking about, social something, just how like the apps are almost like controlling you with the notifications. But with the calendar, if you're somebody who's proactive with your social media, which I feel is if most people who have businesses are proactive with their social media, or if they're a brand or if they're a creator, they're proactive with their social media. So scheduling time in your calendar would be perfect, because then you can like delegate a little bit more time to putting out clean content, to putting out good stuff, to not just doing something haphazardly and just putting it out. Like we had the episode with Money Burdett, and she was talking about putting out really clean content with the lighting and the structure and just like everything being put together. So a lot of times, if you're trying to create a brand or if you're trying to create a business, taking that time to put the social media content together so it does look really great, regardless of the amount of likes, followers, engagements, real views. It could just try to focus on like creating that clean content. The next thing on this wellness routine would be clean up your eating. Clean up your eating. Like people are just spending too much time on like shitty foods, I feel as if sometimes, or just eating too much at one time. It's creating like tiredness or lethargic, or now I'm hearing so much about like gut health. This is not good for my gut. If you eat clean, your gut will start to feel better. That's just my unsolicited advice and opinion. But coming from someone who has such a wellness and nutrition background, I would definitely say that find the things that feel good in your body and continue to have those things on a day-to-day basis. That doesn't mean that you can't enjoy like a cheat meal, as some people will say, or like go out to eat and like splurge on some like, like a whole experience at a dinner. It's not what I'm saying. But on a day-to-day basis, it's going to help with your mental clarity. It's going to help with just how you feel, and it's going to give you more energy. You may not notice it at first because it may be really new. It may have to be like a new habit, but after a while you'll just start feeling good about it, because like feeling good is like almost like the mother lode of this whole entire wellness, like upping your wellness. Okay, last but not least is reading. I would say not reading on your phone because I like paper books. But to up your wellness routine, I would definitely say pick up a book that you've been really inspired to read, or it's been suggested to you, or maybe you just you want to feel better in your body or in your mind or creativity or in your business, or you want to figure out how to create a brand in the digital space, or maybe you want to enhance your skills in development or investing or with money or with business or in real estate or developing real estate, or maybe getting better with lending. Like whatever it may be, there is a place that you can read about it. So grab a book, maybe during that half hour that you're taking time to yourself, read, increase your knowledge. Like when Gina and George came onto the podcast, she was saying that she was always finding a way to learn something, that she always knew how to communicate something to a client. So it's like reading is knowledge, reading is power. You're like having all that information. I think it's just so helpful. So here we are at the end of this list and at the end of this episode. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope that you can take whatever it is that you can apply to your current wellness routine and just do that little extra. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow, subscribe, and like the podcast. Talk to you soon.